Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, participants, our 250 host colleges, and our guest speaker, SSV Saravi ma'am. A warm and enthusiastic welcome to the final day of national level 1 week faculty development program on cloud infrastructure focusing on AWS. It's been an incredible journey so far, and we are thrilled to have you all here. But before we proceed, let's extend a warm welcome to our host colleges who have been instrumental in making this event possible. Their support and dedication have been truly commendable. And now, without further ado, let's kickstart this day of learning, collaboration, and growth. SSV Sarabi ma'am, the stage is all yours. We are eagerly looking forward to your insights and guidance as we wrap up this remarkable faculty development program.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well and fine. So finally, we are on the last day of our FTP program. So I'm gonna share with you some of the minute settings or all the settings that you would require in order to complete the whole service of EC2. So without delaying anything, let's get started into it. Let me just share my screen first of all. I guess, is my screen visible for you right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nice. So, first thing we are going to do or deal with is, apart from instances running, what is the other thing that we are looking into? Like, what is the other thing that we see in a very green color when a server is launched? Can anybody tell me that? Apart from instances running, we see something else also while when we launch a server. Can anybody tell me what is the other thing? Can anybody tell me what is the other thing? No, not the firewall. Is it really security aspects? No. No. Like on the ribbon of instances running tab, we'll see something else in green. Can anybody tell me what is that green thing? Not the spot request. It is not spot request. Can anybody else give it a try? No. Apart from వస్తున్నా. Apart from the instances running, I request everybody to stay on mute. ముందు మరి 10 నిమిషాలు అటే గ్యాస్. Do you see this? What does it say? What does this say? Something called status check, and it is showing 2x2 checks passed. So what do we need to understand from it? What is this 2x2 checks passed? So basically, I have a question for you. Like whenever we launch a server, what do you think is happening? Like there are readily made available servers that we can just take it and use it, or they are getting created when we request for a server. What do you think? Like, for example, we know that these all come from a big, data server or data warehouse or somewhere where there are some stacks and stacks of servers located. So now my question is, whenever we, for example, I launched a server right now. So now this particular server is created on the spot, or there are already some servers that are waiting for you to be taken. What do you think is happening? And how do you think this status checks is related to that? Already available servers which are made available for the user, servers are already created. Okay. Working condition. Okay. Anybody else want to give any other scheduling of processes? Okay. I didn't really understand what it meant of scheduling of processes, but yeah. Check whether servers are available to use or not. Okay. Okay. So let's go to our board. So unlike the normal servers that we see in our day-to-day lives, like maybe in a college server or anything, the servers that we use are highly configured machines. Okay. So what is this highly configured machine is basically? So this configuration can be of maybe 1 lakh GB of RAM. Okay. And 1 lakh TB of hard disk. So when I say highly configured, that means a specification of this much, and 1 lakh processors. So this is the kind of configuration that an highly configured machine would have. For example, now I have a question. In our Windows software, like in our Windows OS, is it possible to create a Linux OS out of my Windows OS? For example, I have 2 TB hard disk and some 8 GB RAM, a Windows machine, and I want to create a Linux machine out of my own system configurations. I don't want to add in anything else. Yes, we can. How can we do that? So how is it possible? Using a virtual machine, right? So, or using a software, a virtualization software, which helps you to take whatever the existing, through the virtual machine. Exactly. So whatever the internal configuration that you have from 8 GB to 200, 2 TB hard disk, it will take maybe some 2 GB and some 250, some 2 GB and some 250 of hard disk, okay, some GB of hard disk, and they will be taking those things and it will be applied through an hypervisor or some virtual machine to the OS that you are creating from this system. You're not giving any extra configuration to it. Okay. So here also, when we are requesting for a server virtually, what is happening is they are having all this highly configured underlying hardware machines. Okay, so it can be 1 lakh GB or 10 lakhs GB, that much of highly configured hardware machines are there. So on top of it, there will be a virtualization software. There will be a virtualization software which helps you convert this hardware component into a virtual machine. So the virtualization software that Amazon uses is Zen. So that is the software it uses. So what this will do is it will help convert this hardware configuration into a virtual configuration to make it available for the usage of the customers. Okay, so now what are all these mounted things on top of this virtualization software? Can anybody guess what are all these little blocks over here? Can anybody guess what are all these little boxes over here? This is nothing but EC2s. These are all the EC2s that you are launching up. These are your virtual servers which got created from the underlying hardware machine when you requested for a server. So these are all the EC2s that we are having. So do you understand the process now? What is happening? Do you understand the process? These are all the instances that gets created from the hardware component. Now you tell me what is a status check. You are able to see 1/2 status checks and 2/2 status checks. I just gave a numbering to the underlying hardware component and the software component here. So now you tell me, we see for a moment, for example, if we see 2/2 status checks passed. That means what? What is this 2/2 status checks passed? Can anybody tell me? What is this 2/2 status checks passed? I have given a numbering here. That means both the instances are working fine. No.
The instance is
Zen is
healthy
ready.
state.
No. That means actually 2/2 status checks passed means the hardware is working fine. and the software is working fine. Both the hardware and software are working fine. Now you tell me what is one by two means.
Hardware is working fine.
But what went bonkers here? What went bonkers here?
Software.
Exactly. So 1 by 2 status checks passed means the hardware is working fine, but the software went bonkers. Software is not running properly. So what do we do in this kind of situation? Like we launched a server and we got, instead of 2 by 2 status checks passed, we got a message stating that the software is not working. So what is the solution in this case to make it work, like to get both the status checks passed? What is the solution? Tell me. What do you think? What is the solution here? So whenever this thing comes, like we will hear, like whenever we try to open our laptop, sometimes our home screen doesn't load. Have you ever observed it? Like, have you ever faced the situation that you'll try to launch your home screen, like you are trying to open your laptop and work something on it, and your home screen is not loading up. So what do you do in such cases? What do you do in such cases? Restart. Exactly. So here also, in order to get away from the 1 by 2 status checks passed situation, to get to the 2 by 2 status checks passed, you need to reboot the system. Reboot the system. So you will find that thing here in the instance state. You can see reboot the instance. If you click on this thing, then it is going to restart a whole launching process, and it will make sure that your both software and hardware are working fine. Now comes the situation, for example, now comes the situation, something like this. So what you will do in this case? What do you do in this case? 0 by 2 status checks passed. That means what is happening? Both your hardware and software went bonkers, not working properly, both. So what is the solution in this case? Can anybody tell me what is the solution in this case? Reset the hardware, reconfigure the hardware. Okay. So basically, when this thing happens, so what do you think? There will be only one highly configured machine inside a data center? Will there be only one highly configured machine in a data center, or there are multiple highly configured machines at the same place?
Multiple.
Multiple, right? So when this thing happens, you just need to stop your system and start back your system. So what happens during this start back of your server is this, your EC2 will jump from one configured machine to the other configured machine, from here to the other place. So in this time, what happens from the stop to start, it will get attached like some other machine, because this machine has went bonkers completely. Some other machine will try to give you a virtual server with the same specifications you are requiring. So when you stop and start back your system, Generally, this error will not happen, but sometimes it will happen. So you will see 1/2 regularly because it is something that deals with the software. But this is a very rare error that you will get. But if it happens, you don't need to worry for anything. You just need to stop your system and start back your instance again. So what it will do is it will make your EC2 to be created in other hardware, in the other highly configured machine apart from the previously created one. So this will help you to get a working, both hardware and software working machine, which will help you to launch your virtual machine. So this is all the status checks is all about that you are looking at every day. Apart from the instances running, you see this particular status checks here. So this is all about status checks department. Now, if a new fresher or a new freshly graduated student or somebody has been hired to the company, and for example, think that this particular server is a production instance. Production instance means where the public are involved. So if that such kind of servers are messed up, your website is going bonkers for the public. So we cannot mess up with the production instances because there could be millions and trillions, billions and trillions of amount of money that will be lost because of the production instances, depending upon the what is the scale of the project that we are dealing with. For example, if it is an Google server or a YouTube server or a Instagram server, obviously it will be affected by the in a larger amount because it is dependent upon for the whole planet. Like all the planet is using them almost all the time. So how can we avoid such kind of silly errors? Because no client will question the newly hired graduate. They will be questioning only the team lead who made this thing happen because under their guidance they'll be firing up that particular person. So how to stop such kind of annoying silly accidents? So we just need to go for the actions. So you will see instance settings. So in the instance settings tab, you will have so many options like change termination protection, stop protection, shutdown behavior, auto recovery behavior, all such kind of things. So I'm talking about the termination protection here. We'll go here and we'll enable it. Save it. So now, even if I try to terminate this whole thing, like for example, I'm going to terminate this instance. Do you see what it is trying to tell me? Failed to terminate an instance because it is in the API of not to terminate it. So we cannot terminate the instance even if we want to try it also. So you might think, ma'am, is it possible only after we launch an instance? No. We can make it like we can enable this termination protection while launching the server itself from the advanced details box. So let me show it to you. Like when you scroll down to the bottom of this page, you will see the advanced details. And do you see the shutdown behavior, auto recovery behavior, termination protection, hibernate behavior, stop protection, all these things? Simply while launching, you will enable the termination protection so that even if somebody who launched it even forgets after creating it, you don't need to worry because you have already enabled it while you are launching your system itself. So this is how you can avoid all the silly accidents that might happen from an inexperienced person when they are newly introduced into a team or to the working environment. So this is how you do the termination protection. That is one thing. And the other thing is, I want to talk about volumes. Like, for example, if you want to scale up your volume, currently it is using 8 GB, a root volume. But if you want to add up to another volume, like you want a D drive to be created and an E drive to be created for this particular instance, how can you do it? You just need to go for the Elastic Block Store, the hardware area, the hard disk area. So here you see the volumes. So I'm gonna go here. So volume is nothing but a drive that is represented in the format of volume. So here you can see an 8 GB is being utilized for this particular thing, and the availability zone, it is being created in 1A. So now I'm going to go ahead and create a volume and attach it to the instance. So the size, I'm not going to give 100 because I don't have that much of storage in the free tier account. So I'm giving 10 over here. And the availability zone, I want to create it in 1A. So I'm going to create a volume. You can encrypt this volume as well, so that like how we keep lock to our D drives and E drives and F drives, like we have to give a password to access those drives. In a similar way, you can encrypt these drives also before attaching it to a server. Now, if I scroll to the left side of the thing, it is still creating. Let me just refresh. And now this particular volume state is available for me. So now how can I attach it? I'll simply select the volume tab here, attach the volume. So it is asking what is the instance that you can attach. So this is the current running instance. So I'm going to go ahead and attach a volume. So now if I scroll to the right side of the screen, what do you think the status will say? The status of the volume would say? What do you think the status of the volume would say? If I scroll it to the right side of the screen. Can anybody tell me that? In use. So when you see in use, that means it is attached to an instance. When you see available, that means it is not attached to an instance. Okay, so when you see a volume in use, that means it is attached to an instance already. But if you see the status as available, that means a volume is not attached to an instance and waiting on to the attachment instance. So now I have a question. I have attached an extra volume to my existing Linux, right? So now how much size, how much GB I have used? I've used already 18 GB. So still can I launch still an extra instance or not? Tell me.
Yes.
Will it come under my free tier or not?
30. Yeah, 30 GB is.
We have 30 exactly. So I'm gonna give it as 1B. And I'm gonna go ahead with the FDP security group, and I'm gonna launch it. So now I'm gonna terminate the final day one. Now, what do you think? The volume also will be terminated or not? Will the volume also will be gone, or what will happen? I have terminated the first one, which I have attached an extra, where I have attached an extra volume. So now what do you think? This extra volume also will get terminated along with the instance or not?
Yes.
Yes. So let's go ahead and check it. So let me give instance state running. So this is only running. So let me go to the volumes tab here. Did the 10 GB go?
Yes.
Yes. Do you see this? It just got itself detached from the instance, but the volume is not terminated. Only the root volume is terminated. Why it is terminated also I'll let you know. But now I just want to attach this volume because it is available. I want to attach it to the other instance that I've created. So attach volume. Why it is showing me no matching running or stopped instances in AP South 1A? It is not giving me the option to attach it because I have currently, you can see I have a running instance, basically. I have a running instance. But why I'm unable to attach the volume which is in 1A?
The zone is different.
No. Yes.
Maybe.
Because the instance that got created is in 1B. I have purposefully launched it in only 1B region, availability zone, because I just want to make you understand we can attach volumes only for the instances which match the availability zone. We cannot attach a volume and extra drive if it is different availability zone. Okay, so that is one thing. And let me go. So whenever you create an extra drive and attach it to the instance, it will not be terminated along with the instance. It will be just detached from the instance. So you have to, because you created it manually, you have to delete the volume yourself. So many people will tend to forget. They'll add the extra drive and they'll forget that because they terminated the instance, the volume also will be gone. But in fact, your 10 GB is on hold here. And they'll be launching extra instances without realizing that they're using extra GB, which is a way to generate a bill. So please try to get this point that whenever you create a volume, you have to terminate it. It will not be terminated automatically. And why this extra 8 GB, like the root volume is getting terminated whenever we terminate an instance. Why this is terminating and why the other volume is not terminating when you create it manually. Let me show it to you. So whenever you are trying to give the configuration here, do you see? I'll go to advanced. So in the details part, do you see an option called delete on termination? Yes. So what do we mean by, like, what to terminate upon what deletion here? So if you click on this little button, it will tell you what it is. Okay. It is what basically it is. It indicates whether the volume should be automatically deleted when the instance is terminated. So by default for the root volume, it is being activated. Okay. So this is the deletion of the volume upon the termination of the instance. So when we add an extra volume, for example, here I'm adding up 10 volume, you see delete on termination is not activated. So if you want the extra drive also to be deleted along with the instance, you have to make sure that you enable this delete on termination while launching the instance. But if you think you could just attach this drive from one instance to the other instance, you can always create a volume from the volumes tab and then use it to the same availability zone launched instance with another instance, from one instance to another instance. So this is how you can scale up while your instance is running itself. You can change. For example, let me show you without needing to terminate your or stop your instance from running. You can actually change the volume of your instance while the machine is running itself. So let me click on this actions, modify volume. So you don't need to change anything here. I'm just going to give 10 here and modify the volume. Modify. So for this purpose, we don't need to, stop the instance or, make the system shut down. Do you see? The size of the root volume has been changed to 10 GB. You can do it while the machine is running itself. So this is one option that you can play with. So the other option that I want to do is, for example, now I can change, like now you understood, we can change the hard disk whenever we want when the machine is running. But can we change the system configuration of CPU and RAM also? Can we change the CPU and RAM while the machine is running? Let us see that option also. Let us go to actions, instance settings. Do we get the option of change instance type? We have the option to change it whenever we want, but are we getting it or is it in a freezed position? it is in a freezed position. Why? Because your instance is in running state. So when the instance is running, you can't change, like you can't multiply or you can't increase the instance type, but you can only change the hard disk whenever it is running. So how can we change the instance type? I can simply go here, stop the instance. I'm not terminating it, I'm just stopping it to change my configuration. So please observe it. So we don't need to terminate anything because all the settings you can't redo it. So whenever you do in real time, we can't redo everything. So we just need to stop the system from the running state. So I'm going to clear the filter of running over here. It is stopping. So once the system instance state comes to a stopped position, now let's go to actions, instance settings. Now do we see the instance type changing option or not? Now simply we need to click on this. So currently we are using T2.micro, and we can simply click on here and you can multiply it to 16 times and nano it to 16 times or 64 times. That many instance types are available for us for the when your client is paying for you. So currently I'm not changing it because this is the free tier eligibility that I can get. I'm just showing you how you can change your instance type when you have a particular server and your configuration is not enough, like your CPU is not enough to run the things. You can simply come stop the instance, make sure you change your instance type, and then you just need to apply it. So this is how you can change the instance type. Like this is how you can scale up and scale down and scale in and scale out. So whenever I talk about scale up and scale down, I'm talking about system configuration. So be it volumes or instance type. But whenever I say scale in and scale up, we have understood it from our auto scaling groups that I'm talking about number of instances. So whenever I say scale up and scale down, it is about the configuration. But whenever I say scale in and scale out, I'm referring to number of EC2 instances. And you can actually specify how many number of instances that you want here while launching. And even anyway, you will be making it into an auto process and ASG is going to take care of it. So you don't need to worry for it. So when you stop an instance, please do not forget about terminating it. Okay. Or I'm just going to start my instance back right now. Or I'll terminate it and I'll create a new one. Now I'm going to show you quickly. For example, I have a question. You have a friend working in some, maybe Singapore or somewhere. You are in Mumbai, basically. You are in Mumbai. This is your Mumbai 8 GB RAM and 2 TB hard disk machine that you have. And as a part of your project, you have launched some 100 softwares. You have installed and incorporated some 100 softwares into your OS. Now, where this is happening, this is all happening in Mumbai region. This is your, what I should say, this is your Mumbai region where your project is being held. Okay, so this is happening here. Now you have a friend from Singapore or some other region. Okay, so they have 8 GB, like they are also having some similar project. Okay, now your friend is being lazy or anyway it is the similar project. They don't want to go to the hustle of launching 100 softwares themselves, like installing them, getting it from the correct page, incorporating it with the system. They're not doing it, like they're not up to it. They're just Acha, we are having the same project now. Why don't you send me the whole AMI from your place to my place? So if you get a normal AMI, it is the default one, right? But when somebody is requesting, like when we have an AMI plus some softwares together, that means it is a customized OS. Yes or no? It is a customized OS. Now, how can I send these 100 softwares to this fellow? who is requesting it from Mumbai region to Singapore region. How can I do so? So everything will have two ways to do. One is a smart way and the other one is the hard way. What is the hard way basically? What is the hard way basically? The hard way is to give, like, you know, Acha, I don't know, like, I'm not sending you all these 100 softwares. I don't know it. I'm just gonna, if you want, I can specify what are the softwares that you would require for your, you know, for your project. And you can download it from various sources. Like if you want, I can share you the sources also where you can get it from, which will be like, you know, which will take how much time basically to find, you know, maybe sometimes you would require 100 to 1000 softwares. So maybe it is 100 to 1000. So how can we send this 100 to 1000 softwares to a person in Singapore? Like, you just give the list of it. And how many days do you think it will take for this person to get all those softwares incorporated with their OS and get into a running state? Obviously, it will take some 10 to 15 days easily. That's the minimum you can get. But that is the hard way. Yes or no? But everything we need it in a fast pace. So how can we send it within 5 minutes from one region, irrespective of whatever the other geographical region is? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this whole thing into an image. And then copy this image to this other region. Okay, I'm going to create an image out of this 100 softwares along with this 100 softwares and 8 GB with the OS, and I'm going to send this image in an image format to the Singapore region within you know, which will be done within 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and see how can we do that. Okay, so for example, I have terminated both the things, right? So I'm going to create a new instance. So this is what we call it as AMI copy. So I'm going to give AMI copy. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to use the same key pair. I'm going to go ahead with an existing security group, which is FDP. So imagine that this 8 GB is your root volume and this 10 GB is your 100 softwares or whatever the softwares here. So I'm just adding up a new storage here and I'm going to launch the instance. So now, how can I send it to other region? First of all, let me open Singapore. Why I'm giving Singapore as? Because it is the nearest geographical location to us, which will not take much time to show the results immediately. Like, we'll not have so much of latency. So I'm going to give instance state running. So let it get into the running state. So currently in Singapore region, do I have anything? Basically, it is like a fresh document. Like, I don't even see what is happening in Singapore region. I don't have anything here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here in the Mumbai region, because we can't even see the console of Singapore when you're working in Mumbai. You'll not be given some permissions to even look into what is happening in the other region unless you are a part of that project. So we cannot see it. So this is your friend from Singapore and this is you from Mumbai. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this instance, go to actions, and you can see image and templates here. So I'm going to click on that. So create image. So I'm going to give a name as AMI copy. So this is just a demo. And should we mark this no reboot enable, like we should mark this or not? Can anybody tell me? For example, when you are doing a production instance or when you are copying a really brief project, can you afford of reboot rebooting in the middle of copying this whole thing, we can't. So we have to enable this thing. Okay. So this 8 GB is the root volume, and this 10 GB is your extra 100 softwares that are incorporated with your system. So if you want, you can, tag an image and a snapshot separately. So whenever you copy an image, a snapshot is also created. Okay. So a snapshot is nothing but like a screenshot, which is faster when compared to image. Okay. So you can add a tag to it and all. Okay. You can do all these things. I'm just going to go ahead and create image out of it. So now I'm going to go for the images part. Do you see on the left side ribbon here? I'm going to click on AMI's catalog, and this is my AMI copy. So now I'm going to select this, and you can see here, I request everybody to stay on mute, please. So now I'm going to actions. You can see the option copy AMI. So I'm going to select it. And what is the destination region here that we are concentrating on? It is Singapore. So I'm going to select Singapore. And even if you can encrypt these snapshots of the AMI that you're copying. It is a confidential OS or something. So copy AMI. So it will take few minutes to be copied. Okay, we can check the progress in Southeast 1, which means Singapore region. So let's go ahead here and let's go to AMIs. Do we see the AMI being copied here? Do we see it? So now I'm the person who requested it, and the status is still pending. It will take, at least 3 to 5 minutes. So now I'm the person from Singapore. So what I'm going to do is, I'll be selecting this AMI and directly launch an instance from this particular AMI where it will already have all the softwares that are incorporated within. So this is how simple, like a thing that can be done, that normally will be done within 10 to 15 days. You can simply do it within 5 minutes using this particular AMI copy option. Okay. So now I'm going to deregister this AMI because I no longer require it. I just wanted to show you how to do this. So I'm deregistering the AMI, and let me just check whether some snapshots are created or not. So I don't have any snapshots in this region. That is so cool. Let's go back to our EC2 instance. And whenever we create an image, I have already told you some snapshots will be created by default. Okay, so deregister AMI. Now let me just check whether I have any extra snapshots or not. So you see, created by the image. So these are the snapshots that are created by the image. So I no longer require it. I'm going to delete the snapshots. So for the day, I'm going to show you the last option that you can have actually. So let me terminate this instance. Now you understood how you can copy, like how you can send a customized OS from one region to another region. Now what if, like from the same picture, I'm going to delete this particular thing and move it aside. Now your friend is having a normal OS. Okay, like you are having a normal OS, and apart from it, you have an extra volume of maybe some Marvel movies or anything from your drive. Okay, this is your extra hard disk where it is having some 100 Marvel movies and DC comics, all the movies. Now you have a friend from Singapore who is very lazy enough to find these movies, from online or somewhere, and he is requesting it to send it to you. To send this particular person. Now you are not trying to send your OS, you are trying to send only a particular volume for your friend. Okay, so again there will be a smart way and a hard way and a smart way to it. So what is this hard way and a smart way? The hard way is to send it through a courier or a post, this hard disk, like the extra hard disk, or giving him the names of the movies and the sources where he or she can find it from online, which will obviously will take at least a week to find out all those things and to look into those movies. So now how can we send it in a smart way? Like they already have 8 GB desktop with 2 TB hard disk. So now they want this extra volume to be attached to their instance. So how can we send it? So now what we are going to do is, from this particular volume, we are going to create something called a snapshot. So this will be much faster than the image because their OS is related. Here it is just the volume of the thing. So we are going to create a snapshot out of it. Okay. And then we are going to copy this snapshot from this particular region to this region. Okay. So now let's go ahead and see the volumes that I have an extra volume. Basically, I created an extra volume, right? So this is my extra volume. So I'm just going to give extra. And this is the movies volume that my friend is requiring from another region. So what I'm going to do is, I cannot attach or I cannot copy a volume from one region to another region. So what I have to do, first I have to create from this particular volume, I have to create a snapshot and then I have to copy it to Singapore region. So I'm going to go for actions. So create a snapshot out of it. So snapshot copy. You can encrypt it if you want. So create snapshot. So now we'll go ahead and we'll see in the snapshots tab. We have a snapshot created, and as I have told you already, it is very fast to copy a snapshot. Now I'm going to send this to Singapore region. So now I'm going to go for actions, select the snapshot. So copy snapshot. And what is the destination region? I want to send it to Singapore, which is AP Southeast 1. Okay, so I'm going to select from the destination region, AP Southeast 1. If you want, you can encrypt it again. So to send it securely, copy snapshot. Now let's go ahead and see whether I received the snapshot or not in the Singapore region. Do you see? I got the snapshot and the status is already completed. Now I'm the person who is there in the Singapore. So how can I attach this particular snapshot? Can I attach a snapshot directly to an EC2? I cannot. So what I have to do? First, I have to convert this snapshot into a volume. First, I have to convert this snapshot into a volume. And then only I can attach this particular volume to my instance. So let's go ahead and let me show it to you how to do it. So I'm just going to go for actions. So create a volume from snapshot. I'm creating it. So it is 10. And which availability zone it is getting created? In AP Southeast 1A. So in volumes tab, you have to remember this particular thing. So create volume. So now if I go for the volume section in Singapore region, I have a volume. But how can I attach it to an EC2 instance? I cannot attach to any EC2 instance. I can only attach to an instance which is being hosted in AP Southeast 1A region only. So this is how we can manage our whole EC2 service for any thing. So I'm just going to terminate all the things that I have copied and created from. So I'm going to select the snapshot, delete the snapshots from here. And so currently, let me just check. Do I have anything in Singapore region? I don't have anything. It is brand like new. I'm just going to close the Singapore region. And I'm going to terminate everything that I have in my default region as well. So I removed the snapshot and I'm removing the extra volume also. So delete volume. So now my account is back to square one without anything in my thing. So in few minutes, this instances will become 3. So these are all the things that you would require for any EC2, like be it any company that you're, you or your students want to know regarding the whole service of EC2. So this is the all information you would require for the whole part of EC2 service from AWS Web Services. So with this, I'm closing my session. So it has been wonderful to be able to talk with you all people and interact with you all. So that's it from the Amazon Web Services, the whole EC2 service that we can learn about within a week. So thank you so much.
Thank you for this wonderful session, ma'am. I would request all the participants to kindly post your doubts in the chat box or in the WhatsApp group.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, when we get the certificate, ma'am?
That you have to ask for the admin team. So I think admin team will respond back to your query right now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Sir, everyone, we need to submit quiz and feedback, ma'am. That's why we are waiting for the link. We need to attend a quiz session, I hope. This is the last day of FDP. That's why all the participants must attempt the quiz.
Good evening, ma'am. Is it possible to extend the quiz time till morning?
What?
Because now only
I couldn't understand what you're trying to tell me.
No, ma'am. At least
Is it possible to extend the quiz timing till the morning?
Yeah. Because feedback link and all is available in the morning, to fill the feedback.
Who's
This
asking
is
this
also
question?
a part of the feedback,
Oh, okay.
Sir, we are not done with the session yet. So we have couple of things till 8:30. So we have feedback. Each thing we'll be explaining you step by step, sir. So about the feedbacks, certificates, quizzes, everything we'll be discussing in this session only. So we are not done with the session. We are only done with the technical session. So we have still session going on. So if you have any doubts regarding the AWS,
in the WhatsApp, I got a message that you have to submit before 10:30 today. That's why I'm asking.
So that we'll be discussing, sir. Next part,
Okay.
we'll be discussing that.
Sir,
only,
not 10:30, it's 11:59.
So now, if you have any doubts regarding the AWS, you can post it in the chat box. If you have any doubts regarding the AWS, sir. Not regarding the quiz or anything, that we'll be explaining, sir. In a couple of minutes, we'll be explaining that only. So meanwhile, if you have any doubts in AWS, please ask in the chat box.
So Yashasvi ma'am, there's a question in the chat box. Is it possible to connect EC2 instance directly?
Directly in the sense of what? Directly in the sense of without creating an AWS account and without having any other things? I don't think so. You have to have an AWS account and you have to launch it, and you cannot connect directly anything anyway because you need to have secured connections. Why we are having this AWS is mostly for having the most secured connections that you can provide for your website or an organization. So ma'am, when we discussed about one-way to status check, what happens when we have a hardware failure and software is working? So that is what happening. You just need to reboot your system, which will help your software to work again. Like the example that we have given like the example that I have given for our home screen not loading up and all. So you need to restart your system or reboot your software. How can we store data into S3 from our website? So actually, when we get hang of EC2, we can discuss about the S3 service. So S3 service is like a Google Drive service that we have for how we have Google Drive for Google. S3 is such kind of a thing for AWS, which is 100% object storage, and we can store our data in the format of buckets. Since our time is restricted to only one hour and for only 1 week, I'm unable to discuss about the S3 service currently. Maybe if you all cooperate, we'll do another FDP program in very near future, and we can ask Brennavision to host it to discuss about the next service.
It's really very good thing, ma'am. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, Suresh Kumar Garu, yes.
Could you please give me 3 major differences between AWS and Azure, Microsoft Azure, in case of load balancing and copying?
In the sense of like, basically the interface of Azure is a little complicated when you compare with AWS services. So why everybody wants to go ahead with AWS is all because the user interface. So it is even understandable for a 10th studying kid also, if it is explained and put some mind to it. But Azure is a little behind the wheel. Can we say that it is a little outdated compared to current day requirements for all the corporate sector? So in all kinds of aspects, from making a balanced website to make it into a highly available website, it is all a little complicated to learn. I mean, to do so. So that's why AWS is much famous and much easier to comprehend. So somebody is asking here, like, how can you get an AWS Cloud Practitioner Certification exam and Solutions Architect exam? So basically, you need to go for the AWS console, and you can pay fees for that particular exam, and you will be given a date to it, like how we write an IELTS exam or a GRE exam. So it will be of some $200 or $250 of fees, and you just need to give it an attempt, and they will give you according to the level of your according to the level of understanding that you have on the console. They will give you whether you are a beginner or on an average level or an advanced level of certification you can get depending upon your performance in the exam. It will be a comprehension of both MCQs and some other questions that you have to type in. Video recording of the session, you can always find it in the Brennavision YouTube page. So that's not an issue. It will be available for all the time. And when we get 0/2 status checks passed, the solution is to stop your instance from running state and restart it back, which will help your instance jump from one highly configured machine, like the not working highly configured machine, to the working highly configured machine. So that is the other question that I can see from the chat box. So is there any other questions from YouTube or any question that I missed up? Can anybody help me find those questions?
There's one more question. Can we share AMI copy with other users in other regions?
Yes, we can. So for the moment, we can copy it for only the same AWS accounts. But a recent update is being given where, like, for S3, we already have it. We can give access to other AWS accounts also. And for AMI also, it is being made sure that we can share it. But because of the confidentiality, because we cannot share the OSs and the other things with other company people, right? It breaches with the confidentiality. But with some kinds of permissions that you can get from your IAM administrator who is handling your company's permissions and all. So from the administrator, if you have the permission, you can do so. Even for other AWS accounts within other regions also.
Good evening, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes, Raghavendra sir. Yes.
Ma'am, this AWS for training and all,
Mm-hmm.
certification.
Yes.
For students, how many weeks it takes, ma'am? For faculty, how many weeks it takes, ma'am?
So to know the concepts, it would take 2 months. Okay, to learn about what service works in a what way, it would definitely take 45 days to 60 days. That is a minimum requirement. But we can only give a good attempt in the exam when we can master these services. Like when we can have some good work and do some little projects on our own and also. So it would take at least from 2 to 6 months. Like if for 4 months for the practice and 2 months for the knowledge.
Okay, ma'am. No, for getting certification, you will train us, ma'am, train the student.
Yes, sir, of course. We try, with the Association of Brenovision, we train for the student certification level as well. So currently, yes, currently with Brenovision, this AWS course has been divided into 2 parts. So level 1 and level 2. So only people who can excel in level 1 will choose for the level 2 also. So.
Ma'am, this internship which you have launched for the students, no, the 500 rupee one, in that also there are level 1s and level 2?
Yes, ma'am. I think the offer is being given for the preliminary level where they have 4 services. One is EC2 that you have just completed, and the networking service called VPC, and storage service called S3, and the permissions and policies service called IAM. So these are the basic services that they expect from any fresher when they are joining in a company. So
ma'am, this payment is for level 1 now, what the students have done.
Regarding the payment things, I don't know, but the course,
yes,
the whole
it's level 1. It's still level 1. Yes, yeah.
Ma'am, for AWS certification, you are giving training to the student, for certification, there is a separate charges will be imposed,
Yes, we need to pay the separate exam fees with the AWS only. And it is just like booking an IELTS exam or a TOEFL exam. So you will book it and you have to write for it. So it depends upon how much skill you have, and basing on your performance, the certification will be given, provided by the AWS, whether you are a beginner or you are a middleman or you are in an advanced level also. You can actually choose the exam for the beginner and for the advanced as well.
Your training will be in online or offline, ma'am?
Both are available, sir. You can discuss that with the admin team actually.
Okay. Yes. No, ma'am, you will give practical training also?
Yes, both hands-on and the explanation will be given both online and offline. So in the online part, assignments will be given for the students. So they have to do it and submit it in time along with the final project that we give for the practice. And in the offline session, if it is an offline thing, we will be providing hands-on session also along with the explanation and theoretical part.
The certification exam will come from theory part or practical part, ma'am?
Sir,
both combined.
Sorry to disturb, sir. So these things Ganesha will be explaining in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
So all the doubts, yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
This is for all the participants. The quiz will be open till 11:59 p.m. today.
Thank you so much for your clearing all the doubts and your insights and knowledge, Yashasvi ma'am. I'd now like to invite the founder and CEO of Brenovision, Ganesh Nagdi sir, forward. Sir is an experienced business operations specialist with a demonstrated history of working in the computer software industry, with skills stretching across the domains of management, business development, recruiting, and research. Sir is a strong consulting professional with an MBA focused in marketing and management. Sir is also a prominent speaker, having educated over 1 lakh students, faculty, and corporate executives. I would like to call Ganesh Nagdi sir to address the audience and to also announce the cash prize going to the Horse College with the most number of registrations. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. I hope I'm audible to all. Yes, you are audible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And first of all, I would like to thank all the colleges and coordinators and all the participants. So because of you, we reach almost near to 30,000 registration. So sure, we are applying for Indian Book of Records. So because it's not only single person or single, and everyone efforts, all the coordinators, really I appreciate all the coordinators who work to get these many registrations. And the highest number of registrations as MLRIT, they got almost 600 registrations, faculty registrations, only faculties from different colleges. There are almost 600 plus registrations got. So that is actually, we are going to give 5,000 rupees cashback for that college. Thank you so much, sir, ma'am, for all the college management. And next college is MRITS. So the college almost 1,777 participants, both faculty and student together. That is another highest number for the student generally we consider. So for them also we are giving 5,000 rupees cashback. So the point, the agenda now is like as a faculties, there are many things you should understand, like whenever the part of like the jobs and the startups, sustainable development goals and everything. Next 10 minutes, I'll just show you some practical things. It might be helpful for everyone. And before going to this, and again, I should thank majorly for the for SSV always. So she have a lot of energy to, I mean, because morning she's taking the classes in colleges like workshops she's handling. Now Anit's college, Visakhapatnam. And there evening she's taking this, and she's in hackathon now, and she's taken time and she's sparing 1 hour with us. So, and major backbone from AICTE. So Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar sir, who is my mentor and is always like encouraging this kind of workshops and hackathons. So he always like how we connected with these many people, like generally wherever we connections and the photo group photos and all this, like very much interest on this. That is the reason he's always encouraging and collaboration with Brainovision. And another my guru, Professor PVGD Prasad Reddy sir, Andhra University Vice Chancellor. So because from we started company 2016, since he is helping a lot. So thank you so much, sir. And KP. So he's also one of my mentor. Who, he helped me on many aspects, like generally we given awards and everything. That also I'll show how we work. And coming to this AWS part, right, there are a lot of jobs available in AWS now also. So this might be helpful for your students. If you go to AWS and search for the jobs, there are a lot of many people saying, okay, no jobs, but yeah, there are a lot of jobs available. So almost if you go to presently 30,000 plus jobs is posted in Naukri. So you can go everywhere. The AWS is very easy and anyone can learn. Any mechanical person and anyone can learn. And the exams part, yeah, we'll provide the training and as well as how we all provide the training and everything I'll explain. But you can take outside also. Generally, we are not promoting, but generally we are saying. So wherever you feel happy, you can take classes and all. So here is there are almost different certifications available. The certification cost might be 12,000 to 15,000 rupees. But before going to certification, you should student or faculty anyone should take proper training on that. So both hands-on. So then only you whenever you are paying fees, that might be helpful. So this is related to this AWS part. And how our training will be. Generally, most of the time people ask me how your training will be. So our training into two parts. One is hands-on and another thing is virtual. So hands-on, generally what we do is, presently whenever a person want to learn some hands-on thing, a student want to learn. So the example in Hyderabad, there are places, okay, people go for 1 hour and taking 30 days class, and they'll charge, the institution might be charged 10,000 rupees to 15,000 rupees, and as well 25, more than that. But what we do is, we'll go to college and 30 hours, Monday to, so Friday, 30 hours we'll teach, and after the 24 hours hackathon will conduct. So in this, actually 24 hours student won't sleep actually. So we'll make different games and everything to the students. They feel okay. So no need of 30 hours, 30 days or 45 days or 60 days. They learn the content immediately, because nowadays the ambulance hiring is happening, because no one is looking at your resumes and all that. Everyone looking for the skills and how much fast you can learn things. So this kind of hackathons, generally how it is helpful, 24 hours. They are working on constantly on AWS or data science machine learning. We are working with Python, data science, machine learning, AWS, blockchain. So this machine learning, this is all web development, this is all the things we are working. So that is the reason generally we are going for college, and 1 week we are spending there, and taking hands-on classes. And if every 100 students from our and 3 members team will come to the campus, if there are 300 students, 8 to 9 members will come, or 500 students, 15 members will come. But what we need is one big auditorium, and students should have laptops. That's it. So the prices and everything will definitely send an email to you in case any college is really interested to do MOUs also. And so for that I also will definitely help. We have a lot of MOUs with different colleges and all. So another important topic today I just want to discuss. So the technology and everything, there are a lot of technology we are discussing, right? So what exactly we'll do, how it is helpful to society. So whenever we are thinking something, because the thing is that many people doesn't have any goals, directly they need job. It's not like that. Generally, after 50 years or 60 years, okay, what is actually, the use of living here, and how we are helping to society. There are total 17 goals, sustainable development goals. UN understand, okay, we can learn technology, we can learn everything, but what is the point actually? The point is we should help people, the agenda. So what is the lack? What is the problems? So here is the problem. There are 17 problems, which is very, very important. At least every person should take at least one problem, and they should do research on it. So here you can see sustainable development goals and zero hunger. If you go to zero hunger, about 2 billion people died because not have regular access to safe, and nutrition is not there, and proper food is not there, and many people doesn't know next meal is available or not. As a human, how we should help? So, sir, this is completely not related to technical, but it's not like that. Generally, we should, whatever we are doing, you can connect the technology also here. So whenever you are thinking, you can take any problem statement from sustainable development goals, and you can understand how AWS help. Okay, so likewise, and you can see that SDG Action Awards. Some SDGs. Companies. There are. What we can say. Societies, they are helping. If people, anyone having a sustainable mindset, and if you help people, they are giving awards to the colleges and everything. So you can see what kind of problems you are solving and how you are helping people and all. If you apply for these kind of things, you need to help people. That is one thing is important. And Brainovision also, we are giving awards to the faculties. So since last 3 years, who have worked well. Okay, so these are some images. Last year, we invited almost 400 plus faculties to Andhra University, which is in Visakhapatnam, and AICT Chief Coordinating Sir, Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar sir attended, and all the VCs and APSI chairman sir, everyone attended, and we given awards to 400 like prominent principals, HODs, faculties, and all. So this year actually we are planning for colleges who are working on sustainable development goals, and as well as what are the new technologies related to startups and all. So one more important, yes, startups. So many people nowadays, recently we collaborated with so startup companies, and wherever they are asking, like a lot of colleges, all the colleges, they are lacking with the startup culture. If we talk about startup, every student, most of the students are thinking, oh, startup is a small business. It's not a small business. If you see the startup example, the Urban company, they started in 2014. I hope my screen is visible to all. Yes. So, right, you can see this funding. 44 crores dollars. They startup company achieved. So whenever you want to start any startup, you have to understand how people pearls, and you need to go on. I mean, what is the biggest problem in the world, and how we need to solve, and how you need to go for sustainable development goals. And you can go for sustainable startups and everything. First, a student need to research how this Class Plus is working. So every website, okay, every company there is a website and everything. Student faculties, they need to do a lot of research, because next there are a lot of funding is there. So people who have startups and all, it might be a small idea, big idea. Everyone should have startup mindset. So at least one or two startups you should understand, observe how they are working. So that is major important. And one more thing. So example, if I ask, can anyone tell me which programming language they use to build this website? Anyone?
JavaScript.
Only JavaScript?
So many are there.
Yes. So we can do some research. Like generally, if we click here, Webplizer, there is a Webplizer. If you click on this Webplizer, we can show here, okay, which programming language they used. So your college website also you can see. Okay, so it might be won't work in the sharing. Okay, so right, directly you can go to Chrome Web Store. Okay, so Chrome Web Store, there you can type Webplizer. And if you install Webplizer in your system, if you go and open any website, you can see which programming language they use to build. Okay, likewise, because of security in the sharing. Okay, so now you can see here the programming. I hope it is visible. So if you want to know brainovision.org, which programming language they used, right? So here you can see programming language. If you PHP they use. If you want to know what kind of programming language available in the market, there are 28 programming languages, and where their PHP is most usable, and the next Node.js, Java, and TypeScript, Python, and all these things. Total, you can view all 28, because these are all the programming language. If you want to know, okay, click on Node.js. So what are the companies using Node.js, and how Node.js flow is? Is it going up or down? No need to ask anyone. You can directly check here which countries they are using. US, 63% of the people using Node.js, and Canada people 15%, India 4%. Like that, actually, you can check all the programming language, and not only a programming language means only Python. There are many things you see here. If you want to build an application, not only a programming language will help. So you need to understand what is FontScript, web frameworks, okay, so editors, web servers, all those things. You want to know about UI frameworks? If you click on UI frameworks, there are almost just 65 different UI frameworks. So students generally, you should always do research, and as well as faculties also, you can helping them to how to do research, and as well as whatever the programming language is there, what are the tools available in the market. This is very, very much important. So for this, like as again I'm saying, if anyone want to work on hackathons and everything, we definitely help. And as well as for the college, majorly, if you ask, we have a lot of projects. In case if you need any consultancy projects and all, definitely if you have strength, technical strength, definitely will also provide that one also. And once again, I would like to thank everyone. So because I know it's a very difficult time, because it's almost 9:30, right? 8:30. Thank you so much, sir. So thanks a lot. And in case if you need any internships and everything, definitely we'll send an email and everything to everyone. In case if you need it, just we can contact. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope no one having questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable time and your valuable insights. Now, moving on, it is time we hear from our host colleges. So to start with, I kindly request Dr. S. Balakrishnan, Head of the Department from Sri Krishna College of Engineering and Technology, Tamil Nadu, to say a few words.
Yeah, good evening to all. It gives me great pleasure to stand before you today and provide the feedback on this national level faculty development program. Over the course of these 5 days, we have witnessed an intense learning experience that has brought together faculty and students from across the country. Firstly, I would like to express my appreciation and gratitude to the organizer who have worked tirelessly to ensure that the program is a success. And the program's curriculum was exceptional, and the delivery of the content was it's a very commendable. The program content was practical, relevant, and up to date, and it's allowed for interactive and even for informative sessions. I'm confident that the knowledge and skills acquired during this program will significantly impact our academic, professional, and also personal journeys. So I urge the participants to take this inspiration and apply it to their respective institutions and organizations to improve the teaching and learning environment and advance their respective field. In conclusion, I commend the organizers for successfully delivering the top-tier event. I look forward to leveraging the lessons learned from here to make an impact in an academic and professional community we serve. Thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to share my feedback. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was so kind of you to speak for us. Now, I kindly request Dr. Sudha Rajesh from SRM Institute of Science and Technology to share her views.
So, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, good evening to one and all present in this virtual forum. So, I am Dr. Sudha Rajesh from SRM IST, Chennai. And I thank the Almighty for this wonderful moment. And this is for this wonderful event also. I extend my warm thanks to our university representatives. Then I move my extend pleasure to thank Dr. Ganesh, founder, CEO of Brainovision. A great hats off you, sir, and a salute for this wonderful event and successful event. Thank you so much for you and your team, sir, for this tireless job to conduct this event with 30,000 registered participants. It is not an easy job to conduct this kind of FDP. And also you are a very patient in hearing all our queries also. So I congratulate you and your team also. And I thank the expert members. Those are all coming over here and explaining the concepts also. So all the expert members, I thank to them. So we have learned new things apart from our curriculum and our academia. So we have learned this, that too in the evening timing, 7 to 8. So we have learned so much about this AWS. So also I thank all the coordinators, those are all hands to the Brainovision to conduct this event, a great success from all over India. So we learned good things, how to manage all these things and how to have the happy learning. So thank you Brainovision and thank you AICT for giving me this great opportunity. And I also very happy to be a part of this event. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words. Now, I kindly request Dr. Sapna Jain Chowdhury, ma'am, from Shriram Group of Technology, Madhya Pradesh.
Very good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Sapna Jain Chaudhary, Associate Professor and Coordinator from Shriram Group of Institution, Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. Today, I am here to share my thoughts and feedback about the Faculty Development Program. This program has been a valuable journey of growth, learning, and collaboration. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation to Brainovision team for conducting such a big FDP program. And finally, I want to express my gratitude to organizer, facilitators, and all the other fellow participants. Thanking you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I kindly request Dr. Vidya Sagar, ma'am, Head of the Department, Government Institute of Electronics, Secunderabad, Telangana.
Sir, good evening, sir. Good evening to all. It is expressed to my thanks to the Brainovision because of this is a innovative and good FDP program for benefit of the students and staff. So I would like to thanks to the message of Brainovision and AICT. Our Commissioner, Joint Director and Commissioner, the Secretary, they will give the valuable message to the audience. Please, sir.
It is my immense pleasure to participate in the valedictory function of the Faculty Development Program organized by the Government Institute of Electronics, the All India Council for Technical Education, Amazon Web Services, and Vision O Solutions Private Limited. The Faculty Development Program on Cloud Infrastructure, which is the emerging area, which was organized by the Government Institute of Electronics, the Department of Embedded Systems, under the chairmanship of the Principal Government Institute of Electronics and Dr. Vidya Sagar, the coordinator and HOD Embedded Systems Department of Government Institute of Electronics, which is a completely designed online faculty program, faculty development program for 1 week. It's a convenient time for the faculty and the students to participate. The timing between 7 to 8 in the evening. Really, it went on very well. Nearly 480 institutions have participated, and around 28,000 participants have registered from these 480 institutions. And the faculty development program, the highest response, that is the 7th rank position out of 400 institutions registered for this faculty development program. I congratulate the principal and the coordinator of Government Institute of Electronics for conducting such a very useful and very good program, particularly at the polytechnic level. And I wish that some more such programs will be taken up by the Government Institute of Electronics for this faculty of both the technical institutions and universities. Thank you, Honorable. also participated under this Good evening to everyone. This is Venkateshwar Prasad, Principal, Government Institute of Electronics, one of the host institutes of this FTP program. It's a wonderful program spanned over 5 days, being hosted by Breno Vision. So I should congratulate Breno Vision founder, Sri Ganesh Nag, for his tireless efforts in making this program possible and successful on a grand scale. And also, the program has given a good impetus for all the students and staff working on cloud infrastructure and its utilities services being hosted by Amazon Web Service. So the cloud service provider, Amazon Web Service, has got so many utilities that every one of us can start using now, having learned its basics. So on this occasion, I take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. C.H. Vidyasagar, who is the coordinator of our host institution, for his wonderful efforts in making this FTP possible to reach out in the technical education of our state of Telangana. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights. Now, I kindly request Dr. S. Abhirami ma'am, head of the department from Madura Kesari Jain College for Women, Tamil Nadu, to share her views.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, all. On behalf of Madura Kesari Jain College for Women, Vaniyapadi, Tamil Nadu, Tirupattur district, it's my immense pleasure to thank Brainovision for their support and the guidance to arrange this 5 days FTP on cloud infrastructure and AWS technologies. And also my special thanks to Buddha Chandrasekhar sir, chief guest, and Ganesh sir, and then SSP ma'am for their non-stop support and guidance to complete this successful FTP. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I kindly request Dr. A. Naresh sir from Annamacharya Institute of Technology and Sciences, Kadapa, Andhra Pradesh, to share his views.
Yeah, good evening, sir. It gives me immense pleasure for having a great workshop from 21st to 25th from our Annamacharya Institute of Technology and Sciences, Rajampet. I feel very happy. We have almost the participants were registered 128 members. It was amazing program which you have been conducted. Thank you very much for sharing all the things, sir. Thank you very much for Ganesh sir and the madam which has given the lecture. Thank you very much, madam.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're audible, sir. Hello. Good evening to all the virtual connected members of FDP on Cloud Infrastructure AWS. So I am Dr. A. Naresh, Associate Professor and Coordinator of Annamacharya Institute of Technology and Sciences, Kadapa, and also a convener and a coordinator of the FDP. The main aim of this FDP is to enhance the teaching and research capabilities of the faculty, which are in terms to help the educating students. As we are the host college and we have conducted the FDP through nationwide, around 400 students and faculty members were shown their interest to gain their knowledge regarding the cloud infrastructure AWS, and all the participants shown their enthusiasm to know the topics day to day, and by asking them queries. I really very want to thank our patron of principal of Annamacharya Institute of Science and Technology, Autonomous Kadapa, Dr. A. Sudhakar Reddy sir, for encouraging to conduct these prestigious sections. I thank our chief patron, Dr. C. Gangireddy sir and Ella Reddy sir and C. Abhishek Reddy sir behind their grand event. I thank our conveners of head of the departments, various departments, C. Subbaya sir, C. Subbaya sir, Dr. Venkatramana sir, and H.J. Parveen ma'am for supporting. And also I congratulate for the co-coordinator members Adiba and Ruxana. And I thank each and every faculty members and programmers and lab technicians for the
Thank you so much, sir. Before we move on, I request all the speakers to limit it to 1 minute as we are running a bit late. So
Good evening,
moving
sir.
on, I will now. So we will be calling one of them. So kindly wait, sir, before you speak. Now we kindly request Dr. V. Satyavati ma'am, head of the department, KG College of Arts and Science, Tamil Nadu, to share her views.
Good evening to all present here. First of all, I thank the Brave Vision for giving us the opportunity to attend the 5-day faculty development program on cloud infrastructure. On behalf of KG College of Arts and Science, and I thank the Brave Vision so much. It was an excellent session on all these 5 days. Very informative FDP on all our faculty participants, especially for all our faculty participants, especially. Special thanks to Ganesh sir, and whenever we call him, he immediately responds to us and answers our query. So thank you so much, sir, for giving us the opportunity. We expect more sessions like workshops, hands-on sessions, hackathons, and FDPs in future. Thank you so much once again, the organizers of Brave Vision Solutions Private Limited. Thanks for the opportunity given. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I kindly request Dr. V. Devi ma'am, principal from Tiruthangal Nadar College, Tamil Nadu, to share us her opinion. I think there's a technical difficulty out there. Moving on, I now call upon Dr. Vadi Sheshagiri Rao sir, principal from St. Joseph's College, Tamil Nadu, to share his views.
Respected organizers, dear participants, warm greetings from St. Joseph College of Engineering. I am Dr. V.S. Rao, Principal, St. Joseph College of Engineering. We congratulate the organizers for making this FDP a successful with a record number of participants. On behalf of our college, I would like to thank the team of Brave Vision, Ministry of Education, Government of India, and the ACT for organizing this national level 5 days faculty development program, AWS Cloud Infrastructure. I take immense pleasure to be one of the host colleges with 175 participants. I take this opportunity to express our deep gratitude for providing these incredible prospects to equip our esteemed faculty members with the latest skills and knowledge and Amazon Web Services to excel in their teaching and research activities. Definitely, this particular knowledge what our teachers have gained will be useful for the next generation, that is our students. We are grateful to the Ministry of Education, ACT, and the team of Brave Vision. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now moving on, I request Dr. M.V. Rajesh sir from Pragati Engineering College, Andhra Pradesh, to tell us his opinion.
Good evening to one and all. This is M.V. Rajesh, HOD Data Science Department, Pragati Engineering College, one of the host college. It gives me an immense pleasure to share my response on this 1 week FDP on cloud infrastructure. As a host college coordinator, first and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar sir, Chief Coordinating Officer, AICTE, for encouraging Brave Vision to conduct this kind of technical events of contemporary importance. This online program is very useful to faculty as well as student community across the nation. This FDP is bringing the participants from all the states of our country, resembling me a theme like One Nation, One FDP. My sincere accolades to Mr. Ganesh Nagdoddi, CEO of Brave Vision, for conceiving such an innovative brainchild that to make 200 plus colleges as host colleges and making 30,000 plus participants for an online event. Our heartfelt gratitude to the resource person of this FDP, Ms. SSV Surabhi, ma'am, for her simplified way of presenting and demonstrating the AWS concepts in a very discreet and crystal clear manner without projecting the complexities of the topic. We thank the Brainovision organizers for giving this opportunity to Pragati Engineering College. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I kindly request Dr. Mohini Sarde, ma'am, from AISSMS Institute of Information Technology, Pune, Maharashtra, to share her opinion.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for giving me a chance to share my views. Good evening, all of you. I am Dr. Mohini Sarde, Head of Electronics and Telecommunication Department from AISSMS Institute of Information Technology from Pune, Maharashtra. Our institute belongs to royal family Shrimanta Chhatrapati Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj from Kolhapur, and we follow the vision and mission laid down by Shahu Maharaj. It is the necessity today to organize such FDPs on the latest technology in order to update and upgrade every faculty to cope up with the changing technology and provide proper guidance to the 21st century students. Faculty development program organized by Brainovision on cloud infrastructure in collaboration with AICT. It's really a great pleasure to see one of the world's biggest FDP aimed at empowering faculty members with in-depth knowledge of Amazon Web Services, AWS. Thanks to all the organizers of Brainovision and associates for organizing this FDP. I congratulate our faculty, Ms. Mamta Vanzre, for coordinating and taking the efforts to benefit maximum participants from engineering courses. Congratulations to all the participants for successful completion of this FDP. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. Now, I'd like to request Mrs. Dr. Jayashree D, Head of the Department from KLS Gokte Institute of Science and Technology from Karnataka.
All. This is Dr. Jayashree Madalgi from Gokte Institute of Technology, Belgavi. We are happy to be a part of this national event, national level FDP, which was for the AWS. And it is in the new form, which has helped all the faculty all over the India. We could attain the 60 participants from our college and more than 200 across the India from the other states. And we would like to have more associations with the Brainovision in future. We thank the Brainovision, AICT and Ministry of Education for giving this opportunity to us. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I kindly request Dr. Bharat Suresh Rao Daksa, Coordinator from Priyadarshini JL College of Engineering, Nagpur, Maharashtra, to share his views.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, all. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak on such a great platform. On behalf of Computer Science and Engineering and AI Department of Priyadarshini JL College of Engineering, Nagpur, Maharashtra, I, Professor Bharat Dhak, would like to thank Brainovision for organizing such a wonderful and informative faculty development program on latest technology, that is cloud infrastructure, AWS. I also would like to thank resource person of this FDP. I can forget to thank AICT and esteemed Ministry of Education for their support to this FDP. I also express my deep sense of gratitude to our respected principal, sir, Dr. Abhay Shende, who continuously motivate and support us for organizing any activity in our department. Thank you, sir. I also would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Vijaya Balpande, convener and head of CSE and AI Department of Priyadarshini JL College of Engineering, for her complete support and guidance on this FDP. I also would like to thank Professor Ashish Mohod, sir, co-convener of this FDP, for his support and contribution. I especially thank to coordinator of this FDP, Professor Durgesh Nandini Mishram ma'am, for her wholehearted involvement and contribution for this FDP. And last but not the least, participant of this FDP who joined this FDP by selecting Priyadarshini JL College of Engineering as a host college. Without you, it is not possible to make an event a grand success. Thanks a lot. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind your words. Now, I kindly request Dr. V. Raghavendra, sir, from Wells University, Tamil Nadu, to share his kind view.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me? I'm Dr. V.
Yes, sir, you're
Raghavendran
audible.
from Wells University. So thanks to Brinovision for organizing such a wonderful FTP. This is the first time in India more than 30,000 participants, including faculty members and students. And I'm very proud to be a host institution to this wonderful FTP. I thank Brinovision and even the Ministry of Education for organizing such a wonderful event for faculty. I thank to our Vice Chairman and Principal, HOD ma'am, and as a coordinator myself. The topic was also very interesting topic, and the time constraint, we have concluded all the topic in 1 hour, but it is a very good opportunity for the faculty to know about more about the AWS. I'm also expecting the same kind of FTP or workshop or hands-on training we are expecting from Brinovision in the near future. Thank you so much, sir. Hello, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, if there is anyone else who would like to give their feedback, I kindly request you to give it.
I congratulate all the team members of Brinovision and government organization ACT like for conducting such a wonderful event. I congratulate all the participants who are involved in attending these workshops since from 21 to 25th. These workshops 21 to 25th.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I kindly ask all of you to ensure Ladies and gentlemen, I kindly ask all of you to ensure that you take a moment to fill out the mandatory feedback form and complete the quiz as required. The quiz will be open till 11:59 p.m. I would like to inform you that certificates will be prepared in about 10 days due to the substantial number of participants we have. Your understanding and cooperation in this matter are greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. Excuse me. I have a little bit doubt. Can you please answer for the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I got a mail regarding September 2nd program. Is it confirmed or is this under discussion?
Ma'am, please come again. Sorry, I couldn't understand.
I got a mail regarding that you are conducting a get-together for all the coordinators on September 2nd. Is that program
ma'am,
is
we are doing.
finalized? Is the program is
Ma'am, one
finalized
thing,
or under
all the
process?
1 minute, ma'am. Please, all the coordinators, please stay back after the vote of thanks, ma'am. So we'll be discussing about this also. So only the
Yeah.
coordinators.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello, myself, Dr. Bhausaheb Shinde from Dole Patil College of Engineering, Pune. I would like
Yes,
to
sir. Sir,
thank
there's a lot of
Breno.
disturbance from your side.
Just a second. Yes, ma'am. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Myself, Dr. Bhausaheb Shinde from Dole Patil College of Engineering, Pune. I would like to thank entire Breno Vision team, then all the speaker who had given the presentation, as well as all the entire team who had worked very hard, and as well as we all coordinator, we have also worked very hard for getting this event successful, and the content of this workshop was very useful, and definitely it had given a lot of knowledge to us. So it is really a great event that we have conducted, and this is a large event that ever we have seen online in education sector and as well as in AWS. So once again, thank you all of you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and dear participants, a wonderful evening comes to a close, and it is with time for us to express our gratitude for the memorable event. We have shared are truly honored to stand before you to deliver the vote of thanks. Our heartfelt thanks goes to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Butta Chandrasekhar sir. Your presence here have added immense value to our event, and your word of wisdom will always continue to inspire us. We are deeply grateful for your gracious presence. It takes great teamwork to bring an event of this magnitude to life, and we would like to extend our sincere appreciation to the 250 host colleges. Your dedication, enthusiasm, and tireless effort in organizing this event have made a resounding success. We look forward to more collaborative ventures in the future that promise us to give even more greater heights of achievement. Behind every event, there are individuals who work tirelessly, often behind the scenes. To ensure its smooth execution, our coordinators have poured their heart and soul in making this event a reality. Your dedication and meticulous planning and unwavering support have been invaluable. Thank you for turning up our vision into a reality. A special mentor and a heartful great gratitude to our resource person, SSV Surabhi ma'am. Your expertise, insight, and guidance have been invaluable to us. Your willingness to share your knowledge have enriched us, understand, and open a new horizon. We are truly honored to have you had in this throughout this event. Last but not the least, to all the participants, we are graced to have you in this event. Your active participation, we extend our esteemed heartfelt thanks. Your enthusiasm and passion and involvement have contributed to the vibrant atmosphere of this gathering. Your dedication to excellence and your willingness to share your talent have not gone unnoticed. Let us remember that it is through collaboration and unity that we achieve greatness. Once again, a sincere thanks to each and every one of you for making this event a truly unforgettable one. With heart full of gratitude, I conclude this vote of thanks. May the memory that we created fuel our aspiration. Thank you all.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Manisha.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dear sir and ma'am, the coordinators, please stay back in the session. Please don't leave the session. So we'll have a small meeting. Yes, ma'am. I think someone is.
Ma'am, I have a
trying to speak.
question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. At the end of the quiz, there is a link to register. Do I have to register using 99 rupees for the certificate?
1 minute, ma'am.
Ma'am, no need to register again if you have already registered at the beginning of the FDP. Those who are not
Okay,
registered at the beginning, they need to pay that 99 rupees as of now for getting that certification and all.
So what I should do? I can click this. Okay, I was understood, and then submit. the
Yes,
form.
ma'am, you need to submit finally. If you have already a registered participant, no
Yes,
need to
yes.
pay that 99. Directly, you can submit the form.
Okay, thank you.
So my request to all the coordinators, kindly stay back if you have any queries and questions and everything I just want to discuss, because